How is everybody doing today? This is L.A. Kendrick with another tale from the vault of Would You Dare. And I'm going to make this quick. I'm doing two separate videos actually, so I'm not making it quick. What I'm going to attempt to do is, again, for some reason, Reels is asking for 60 seconds, because I went 61 seconds over and it wouldn't let me even trim it. This is on YouTube, so I don't know what's going on with Reels. But I want to do a follow-up story to a situation for a Christopher Thompkins for my Would You Dare episodes. And I just want to follow up on it because, again, this is mysterious and there's no new evidence that's come out. But let me try to get right to it. All right. So, as you guys know, I've done a story on him before, and his disappearance is just weird as all get up, to be exact, right? And again, we just find articles with this thing, and I apologize to the family, for their loss. But they're saying, you get some sites that are saying something supernatural happened to him, and you know how we talk about everything supernatural, extraterrestrial, ultra-dimensional, paranormal, UFO, UAP, government conspiracy, serial killers, you name it, we talk about it here. Again, this is for the fans of my work. That's the audience. If you're coming in and you like what we're doing, like, share, comment, and subscribe to what we're doing. But it's definitely for those individuals who are trying to find a space where they can actually go and talk and speculate on things that you can't talk about in your everyday life. That's simply what we're doing. Take it with a grain of salt, however you process this information. But regardless and nonetheless, we're going to get started. You know how we do. The party don't start till you walk in. And now that you're here, let's begin. Again, this is Christopher Thompkins. This is an unsolved mystery, and it's very mysterious and it's weird. So when I read this, you guys just tell me what you think at the end of this, okay? Because again, there's a lot of things that always happen. And of course, you can see my gear on. Again, I'm gonna go back in here and hit the weights. Take care of the legs on this Sunday morning, Easter Sunday. Take care of the legs. Been at it for a while. So the case of Christopher Thompkins, it takes some strange turns. Many believe there's a supernatural element to this, or an otherworldly component. So this missing person case gets quite interesting. But as a logical person by nature, I have questions. This is an article. On January 25th, 2002, Christopher Thompkins was a 20-year-old young man living with his mother. He was working at a local surveying company. His mother knew the owner of the surveying company as she babysat his children. Christopher arrived at work at 8 a.m., left his car at the office, and rode with his co-workers to their job site that day in Ellerslie, Georgia. Ellerslie. They were working on the Country Line Road in Ellerslie, part of the Harris County, Georgia. The four men were working in a front line formation, with Christopher being at the end of the line. Each surveyor was about 50 feet away from the next in line. Let me turn this camera, see if I can get a better view. The men took a lunch break and then got back to work. One of the co-workers was having a conversation with Chris. At one point, he looked away from Chris to complete a task, and about a minute later, he said something else. When he got no response, he lifted his head up and looked in the direction where Chris was, but didn't see him. Initially thought maybe he stepped into the trees to use the bathroom. He called him a few more times and got no response. He let the other workers know, and together they walked down to where Christopher had been working. With still no answer, they discovered Christopher's working boot hanging from the top of the barbed wire fence and all of his work tools on the ground, but no Christopher. After not being able to find him, they called 911 to report him missing. The police advised they could not investigate until after the 24-hour time period had passed. Christopher's mother was notified that Christopher was missing around 4:15 p.m. She questioned why it took so long for someone to let her know what was going on. The next day, after the required 24 hours had passed, the police conducted an area search near where his boot was found. They found a blue piece of fabric that matched the material of Christopher's pants. They also found 12 cents on the ground, right underneath as if it had fallen from his pockets. It's kind of a weird, but whatever. They would find nothing else. The co-workers were questioned, although the police publicly stated that they believe Christopher just walked off. Here we go. One co-worker, however, obtained an attorney a week after. Now, ain't that suspicious? Although no one is sure why. Christopher's mother believed the co-workers know more than they're saying, and she also believes that Christopher is no longer alive and likely met with foul play. 5 months after his disappearance, a local farmer was walking his property and finds a lone boot in the swampland at the edge of his land. The boot would later be identified as Christopher Thompkins and was determined to be less than 1 mile from the spot where he disappeared from. And that's all I can find on the follow-up. This brother was out there doing his thing and he just disappeared magically, mysteriously. I think this is one of the images of his boot. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's one of the images of his boot that they found hanging. And they're saying these are the theories. Christopher walked off on his own. If this is the case, how did he disappear so fast? And why take his boots off? Theory number 2, Christopher's co-workers did something to him or know something and are covering it up. Okay, that's number 3. And number 3, a wild animal, if this happened, wouldn't the workers have heard something? That is a very, very solid point. And then they say they have these bizarre theories, which brings me into the supernatural. First one is Dogman, Sasquatch, or Bigfoot. These woodland creatures are fast, quiet, and would be able to carry a grown man away quickly. But again, the workers heard nothing. On the second, number 2, a portal. Did Chris fall into a time portal or into another dimension? This theory is straight out of a science fiction novel, but would explain the sudden disappearance. And you have the third one. An alien abduction. They said aliens. An alien abduction would explain how he was flipped upside down, losing his boot on the fence, going upward, and having his change fall out of his pocket. So what do you think happened to Christopher Thompkins? You guys, please, if you got any information on Christopher Thompkins or his case, or this case, please call the Harris County Sheriff Department at 706-628-4211. Again, Harris County Sheriff Department at 706-628-4211. If you have any information on what's going on or how this happened or what happened to the young man, all right? And this is one of the images of Christopher. Okay. Again, I don't know how clear the picture is. I'm swiping on this bad boy and my hands are probably dirty. And yeah, so I'm not real sure what happened. I find it crazy, to say the least, and definitely trying to figure out what happened, right? What do you guys think happened? I don't know about the UFO theory or anything like that, or the Dogman theory. There are definitely possibilities, right? But in this case, I think there was some foul play involved with maybe the co-workers. And again, my condolences to the family. This happened so long ago. I think Christopher would be, if it was 2002 and he disappeared, it's 2023, and he was 20 at the time. What would the brother be, 42? No? So he would definitely look different. So, yeah, we have that. We have that. So technically, as I'm stating and as I'm saying, I don't know what happened, but I suspect foul play. As clear as this water is right here, as calm and relaxing as it is right here, it's a little chilly outside, that's why I have this on. But I'm gonna wrap it up. There's another story that I want to do as well, but again, would you guys dare want to be caught out there in a situation like this, whether it be supernatural or foul play? And in closing, you guys know how we do. Oh, make sure you grab a copy of my new book, The Foes of God. Great book, another piece of hard work that I've done, that I'm trying to do as far as keeping the sci-fi genre moving. It's adult sci-fi. Incredible, incredible book. A lot of history. You root for the underdog, that's what we're doing. So, in closing, make sure you check all the dark recesses of your home. Check your closets, right? If you happen to work late at night or to the wee hours in the morning where it's limited visibility, when you step to your car, make sure that you check under your car, inside of your car. Make sure you're mindful of your surroundings. Because guess what? You never know what's lurking in the dark. Human, extraterrestrial, Bigfoot, or alien waiting to take you off in the blink of an eye and make you a story. And this has been L.A. Kendrick with another Tale from the Vault of Would You Dare. And until next time, you guys be safe and absolutely feeling the rest.